You better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. If we get that. If you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. If it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, if you had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian. Welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. It's terrible what's happened to the Democrats. So very, very important element of everything, of what we're doing, unrelated to today, but related in the sense that we'll do, if that passes, we'll do even more business with the UK. We'll have so much.
Love your neighbors.
This is a Escalade. I think that's an IQ. And that's a loaner. So they loan you an Escalade IQ if you have an Escalade and your Escalade is needs to be fixed. So this is an Escalade IQ 1000 E4 because it's 1,000 like horsepower or something, or 1,000 I should say pound-feet of torque. God damn! Look at this guy. Look how fast this guy's fucking driving that thing. That thing weighs 9,000 pounds and he's driving that shit like it's a freaking Corvette. Oh Jesus Christ! Look at this guy. Well, you can tell it's a loaner. He doesn't give a fuck. But, wow. Yeah, that Escalade is a badass. That is a badass truck. And then we got the Tesla Model Y right next to it. Everybody hates Elon Musk, so nobody wants one of those anymore. Forgive the Ella. Look at that thing. Jesus Christ. Look at that thing. Jesus Christ. That is a big truck. It's a big ass truck. Oh, it's a woman driving it. No wonder why she's so aggressive. Jesus. It's a woman driving. That's pretty aggressive. I just think it's so amazing that something that weighs 9,000 pounds can move that quickly. That is just terrifying. Let me get behind this Model Y. Let's see what he's up to. 9,000 freaking pounds. That thing just moves. The new Model Y. It's too bad Elon couldn't keep his mouth shut. Decided that he wanted to champion all that far-right extremist bullshit, all them racists. Because otherwise, he could have been a half a trillionaire right now. It's a good-looking truck. It's a good-looking car. It really is good-looking. I like it. It's just too bad Elon just wouldn't shut the fuck up. What we got here? What's this guy? Well, he's not a Hellcat, so... well... Nice day. They say it's supposed to rain later. Yeah, that chick is back there. Look, there's two Escalades, and she's like tearing up the road in that IQ. Look at that thing. Oh my God, she's coming my way. She's right behind me. She's coming to get me. That thing is terrifying. Look at that thing. That thing weighs 9,000 pounds, man. I don't want that thing behind me. Jesus Christ. One wrong move and I'm going to get flattened. That's a badass truck, man. I like that thing. That thing is terrifying. Look at that. Uh-oh. See, yo, these women drive so aggressively. Look at this. These women are so aggressive when they drive. My God. Whoop, 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 whoop. No, you stay over there, lady. You stay over there. They drive so aggressively. That's why when they get into accidents, it's like the cars are destroyed. It's like when men get into accidents, it's like usually a minor fender bender, but falling behind. Right behind. I'll get behind her. Nobody else is that crazy. I like that thing. That's pretty cool. I like it. I wouldn't buy one, but, well, not for me. I think Cadillac has like the best lineup of electric cars right now. It's funny, there's so many people that, oh, nobody wants electric car, nobody likes electric car. I got like 6 of them surrounding me right now. I've got one here, I got one there, I got one right behind me. Look at this thing. Jesus Christ. That's a truck. 9,000 freaking pounds, man. That's a hell of a truck, man. Look at this guy. I think GM has like the best trucks right now. They got the Escalade, they got this, they got the Denali. They got like nice trucks. Big, like the trucks are nice. And it's not like Ford with those bullshit V6 boring ego boost engines. Nobody wants no freaking V6 and no 7,000 pound truck. I don't know what Ford was thinking. Oh yeah, let's just turbocharge a 6. That'll bring all the boys to the yard, right? It's like, yeah, you're fired. How about that? Look at this guy. He's got a Ram 2500, huh? He's out here doing lawns. That's a nice truck. I like that. That is a nice truck. It's a good looking truck right there. I like that Escalade though. What's this kid doing? Parents, don't leave your children in the car unsupervised. You're on YouTube, kid. Let's see, where is she? She must be like right here somewhere. Where is she? There she is. There she is. There she is. So just getting through traffic is like so exciting. It really is. You know? Oh man, these people. She's like way ahead. Yeah, she is aggressive, man. You can tell she don't own that. That's one of them loners, man. She don't give a shit. She's like driving that thing so aggressively. I hope there's no pedestrian up there. She goes again. Left lane, right lane, middle lane, left lane, right lane, middle lane, left lane, middle lane, left lane, middle lane. It's like, I don't know where she's going, but she's planning on getting there very soon. These super aggressive drivers. That's why we're getting all these fucking accidents. Oh, she's about to turn again. There she is. She's testing that steering rack out. That's what it is. That big old truck. Here I am at the charging station, getting ready for Mother's Day. I gotta go get some Mother's Day gifts. And we got a Fisker Karma right here. You know, the Fisker Karma and the Tesla Cybertruck are two cars I have to wonder if the people who bought them are disappointed in their purchase. But then again, at the end of Fisker's life, well, the company, I mean, they basically had a fire sale on the cars, and those cars, you know, they went from like $60,000, $70,000 all the way down to $40,000, $30,000. So it's possible that he probably got his Fisker Ocean, and he might have been able to get it fully loaded, and he might have been able to get it for a considerable amount off of the actual price, simply because they had a fire sale on them. Just like right now, Tesla is trying to basically have a sale on their Cybertrucks, because they're sitting on over $18 million worth of Cybertrucks that they're having a hard time selling. And between the hatred for Elon Musk, the general problems in the auto purchasing community right now, you know, a lot of people are broke and a lot of people's credit sucks. And then on top of that, you know, a lot of people can't insure these cars because they're so expensive. You know, all of these car companies, they're lucky to sell anything. But the way I see it, you know, if you're trying to buy a car, you should buy a car when they have aggressive lease deals, or you should try to buy a car, like even like with these new Model Ys, this one's an older Model 3, but with the Model Ys and the Model 3s, it's like Tesla has aggressive lease deals. So my thing is, if you can get an aggressive lease deal, you might as well go for it. Make sure it works for your pocket. You know, as long as it works for your pocket, don't worry about what other people think about you. This person right here in front of me has a VinFast, and I think that this is like the exact same person who probably lives across the street. And maybe it's not. It could be somebody else. But every now and then, if I get here at odd times, I'll see cars that I usually don't see. So this is a VinFast VF8. For as much as I know, it's like a regular Model Y competitor. There's really not a lot special about it. I like, you know, it looks okay. Most of the EVs look okay. Like, I really don't see much of a difference between that VinFast and this Honda Prologue. But see, one of the things that I like about, like, now that's a Vietnamese car. And I think the most amazing thing to me about electric vehicles is how fast these companies are able to go from concept to production to having it right there for you on the street and you can purchase it. I think that's amazing. Tesla, for example, you know, they were able to get those new Model Ys right out. I was like very, very impressed with that. But these VinFast, it's like, you know, these are Vietnamese cars. The Chinese cars are actually better, because the Chinese cars, they give you as much equipment as they can possibly give you. Like, they have like heated, ventilated massage seats for the front and the back. The only downside is, can you trust the build quality? See, at least VinFast, I know that VinFast has a dealer not far away. You know, it's not too far away. Like, it's like within 20 miles from here, I could get to the VinFast dealer. And I'm pretty sure they have a service center right there at the dealer. Maybe someday if I'm up there, I'll visit it. I think it's near Smithtown, Long Island. Someday I'll visit it and check out their cars, like, up front. But there's no fucking way I'm buying a Chinese car ever, unless, you know, I can be guaranteed that they're taking care of that thing. You know, once Trump's administration is out of there and gone, you know, chances are we're going to probably end up maybe opening up to the Chinese automotive market sooner or later, because as it stands, the market as we have it is way too expensive for the average person. So it's a possibility two things will happen. Either we'll allow some of these Chinese vehicles in here, or the Chinese company will partner with another company that we're used to and that has a name that we're used to, and then we'll buy Chinese vehicles through them. An example of that would be Volvo. Like, Chinese company Geely and Volvo have like a partnership. You know, Warren Buffett, he buys a heavy amount of BYD stock, and that actually made him a lot of money. Not that he didn't already have a lot of money, but the thing about it is, I think over time, especially once the Trump administration is gone, a lot of the things that he's put forward, like this war on China with the tariffs and everything, a lot of that's going to go away, because the simple fact is it's not sustainable. It's really not. Yeah, this is a nice car, this BMW. He's got the 5 Series. That's a nice car. I just never really liked BMW like that. The only BMW that they have that I even like is the i7, and only if you have the theater in the back. You know, if you don't have the theater in the back, you can forget it. It's like I would never buy something like that. But yeah, that's just where we are. So it's Mother's Day. I got to buy my mom her gift. So I'm going to go into Target. I got to get some stuff to take over a house. I'm going to go to one of the neighborhood grocers, probably try to get like a small cake, maybe, you know, like a dessert or something. So, yeah, it looks like it's a day of spending money. But, yeah, this is not going to take very long. When I got here, these two people were pretty much already almost done, so they'll be pulling out soon. And I'll be right back on my way. So you rented a car to use as a taxi?
Yeah.
It's pretty. I like the color. Yeah, it's nice. Very nice, very nice. How much? $300 a week?
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, a month. In a month, how much do you pay a month?
1,200.
1,200?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty high lease. But yeah, cool. I like the color though.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Yeah, all right. I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, so that's that. See, she's a little tired. She's a little sleepy in the BZ4X. Oh, look at this guy. And I know what you're thinking. Like, some people are going to be like, oh, I would never waste my time at a charging station, and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, it's like, it doesn't hurt me. Guy's got the bolt. He's pulling up. Yeah. Oh, I would never waste my time at a charging station. It's like, listen, you do what you want to do. If you want to buy one of these piece of shit Honda Accords, go ahead and do it. It runs on gas, right? You can bling that, right? You can drive around in that. I can care less. That's fantastic. There really weren't many cars that I wanted. Like, I called up Cadillac and I said, listen, I want you to build me a Lyric. And I want this, and this. And what's funny is, with this car, I ended up actually getting more than I actually ordered. And I got the thing fully loaded, top of the line, with the 19 kilowatt charger. I was going to go cheap and not get the 19 kilowatt charger. But I ended up getting it, instead of the sport model, I got the luxury model. There really weren't many cars that I was considering buying. You know, I'm not one of these fucking badge whores that's desperate to buy a fucking Range Rover just to see that piece of shit sitting in the service center. And I have to kind of say the same thing about my Jeep SRT. Once that Jeep SRT sat in that service center for over a month, I said, fuck that, I had enough. I mean, this Cadillac has been like the most reliable car I've ever had. 16,000 miles. Doing just fine. So it's like, listen, you buy whatever you want. If you want to buy one of these boring ass Acuras because it runs on gas, do it. I could care less. Do what you want to do. If you want to buy one of these boring ass Hondas, see that boring ass Honda right there? Go ahead, buy it. That's fine. Yeah, I could drive all the way to Florida in that Honda. And I don't have to stop. I only got to stop for gas. Takes me 3 minutes to fill up. I don't give a fuck. You can buy one of these Honda Pilots. I'd rather be dead than have to drive a Honda Pilot. Believe me when I say that, I would rather be dead than have to drive a Honda Pilot. Gotta get a cart. See, do they have any carts in there? Oh, yes, they do. I'd rather die than have to drive one of them Japanese shit boxes. Okay, well, they didn't have exactly what I wanted, but I did just get some basic groceries and stuff. And now it's back to gather my car and leave. I didn't have exactly what I wanted, so I definitely got to go to another store. So it looks like we have a couple more people joining us on the charging line. And I see that guy with the Fisker, he pulled into the fast charger. Lucky him. So he's at the fast thing, and I'm should be right about done soon. But it looks like another Honda Prologue there. Yeah, so that's usually the thing. I come here, plug in, and just take my time. Oh, this guy's got the Y. He's got an old one. The old one's still nice. See, as I predicted, releasing the new Model Y and the new Model 3 have caused prices of the old Model Y and the old Model 3 to reduce in price. Now, what I couldn't have expected was that there'd be so much backlash to Elon Musk, which would cause the prices to drop even faster. That's something I couldn't have anticipated. He could have just kept his stupid mouth shut, but instead what he decided to do is he wanted to champion right-wing racists, and in doing so, he caused the backlash against his company and alienated his core audience, a bunch of liberals. You alienated your audience, and now your audience is buying all the other EVs except yours. That doesn't mean that Tesla can't still make sales. But the last thing I heard, and you'll probably hear about this in the news, some of the pension funds are dropping Tesla. They don't want anything to do with it because they see that it's too risky. Now, Tesla is up to like $300 a share, but some of these pension funds want nothing to do with Tesla now. So they're getting rid of them. Oh, so it's an Acura ZDX, a Honda Prologue. Those Honda Prologues are selling. The leases must be very aggressive. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. I am at 93%, so I'm just about done. I should be done in about 5 to 10 minutes. Whatever. Almost done. Yeah, not bad so far. Do it. Either you can push the stop button on the computer, or you can push the stop button in the car. There's 2 stop buttons. Or when you push the button here, sometimes it stops by itself. It depends what the programming of the car is. So you're done. All right, nice to see you.
All right,
Take care. Have
Thank
a great
you.
Mother's Day. Enjoy. Looks like we got a e-tron. We got an e-tron right here. Just e-tron. I know that. I've seen that person a couple of times. E-tron just pulled up. See, and by the way, for you people like, oh yeah, well, I don't like wasting time with this, and who'd want to deal with this? You also got to remember, when I'm making these videos make money. So basically, you know, this is time to do content for the most part. Look at that guy. Guy's got an old school CAD. Yeah, this is time for me to make content right here. So, no, believe me, I don't let any time go to waste. I don't let any time go to waste. All right, so this is the Fisker Commer. He's on his way out. And I'm about, yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I'm about ready to be up out of here. I'm pretty much done. I was just letting it fill to 100%. Yeah, so, yeah. It says 96, but I just let it fill all the way, so. It's like at any point you could stop, but I don't even bother. I'm not in a rush. The place I have to go doesn't open until 11 anyway. I've got like 30 minutes. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Because even me, I said, listen, if I did road trips, I would have a minivan. If I had to do road trips, I would absolutely have a minivan, and the kids could bounce around that shit. They could shit in it. They could throw up in it. They could piss on it, whatever. I could give a fuck. But that's just how I do. Because there's nothing I hate more. When we got like family members, they be eating in your car, and they got KFC grease on their fingers and stuff, and then they be taking their shoes off and putting their feet up on shit. I hate that. If it was me, I'd have a used minivan. I wouldn't even buy that shit new. I'd have a used Kia Carnival. And that would be, I just heard it. I think, somebody, okay, no. That guy just started. I just heard the generator or the transformer switch on. Yeah, but that's what I'd do. If I had to do road trips, I'd have a used Kia Carnival. And that thing would be fully loaded. It got reclining seats and monitors and shit and a headrest. It'd be like $25,000. All right, enjoy your Mother's Day and happy birthday again. All right. Yeah, nice day though. It was supposed to rain most of this week. It rained heavily, yesterday and the day before yesterday, but so far so good. Yeah, you see that right there? You see that Kia Carnival? That's what I'd have. That's exactly what I'd have. I'd have me a Kia Carnival. Kia Carnival right there. You got the reclining seats in the back. You got material that nobody cares about. And then you got the headrest monitors. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'd get me. I'd get me a Kia Carnival. Hey, kids, let's jump one out and go shopping. Oh, but I don't want to. Get out. Let's go. Now. You see? You don't have to worry about the mess of that one. See, I park all the way over here. I don't want nobody near my shit. That's all right. Yep. In fact, I'm parking over the line because, there'll always be some jerk off that'll want to come try to park right next to you. It's like, I'm not letting that happen. It's like I park all the way over here where the security camera can clearly see the car. It's far away, everybody. Keep you away from my shit. Because these people be opening their doors and they don't care and everything. They just let you get dings and dents. It's like, you're not putting no dents in my shit. Look at this guy. He's all dirty. It's like, yeah, that's right. Park all the way over there. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a walk, but who cares? Look at this guy. See, he got little kids with the Kia Carnival. He ain't got to worry about them messing it up. This person let their car get hit by a car and everything. Let me do this person a solid. I'm gonna take this card, get this away from their car. See, that's it right there. That's it right there. That right there is the American dream. That right there is the Kia Carnival. You see that? That's the American dream. Used to be the Chrysler Pacifica, but they done fallen off. Stellantis sucks. Ooh, another lyric. Got two lyrics. Got the purple, got the blue. Yeah, these lyrics are selling. Selling pretty well. What is that? What is that? Is that the Maxima? Oh yeah. Nissan. Sorry. Nissan Maxima. They have so I don't know if they have Stu Leonard where you live, but Stu Leonard has some really good food. So we're gonna get the food, celebrate Mother's Day. Mom don't have to cook. You're gonna get a cake. Say Happy Mother's Day cake, and it's all good. They do have some really, they have a very nice store actually. A little, it says chocolate, gold cake. Let's see what else they have. They have a very good bakery. I generally like coming here. It's got like a nice country feel to it. Hi. So you got gold cake, you got chocolate cake. How many flavors do you have for like the smoke? Just that's it.
That's it.
No strawberry.
No strawberry. Well, I have a strawberry bar cake, but it's not a birthday cake.
Okay. Now, one this size is how much?
$17.
This is 17. The only ones that say like Happy Mother's Day, those are the ones that are over.
All the ones over there.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, it looks like I'm going back. Probably get a gold one. Yeah, I like to make this as simple as possible. hurry up and get out of here. I didn't like the cake that they had, so I'm just gonna get some stuff and bake my own. I don't need to go to a baker. I'll bake my own. Yeah. It's also really, really big on flowers. So if you need flowers, you can get all types of flowers. Very nice store. See, this guy got the EQS 580 with the hyperspeed. It's got the same color my, well, actually, my aunt has silver or gray. So, nice stuff. It's a nice day. It's just windy. It's very windy. Nice day.
We achieved a total reset with China after productive talks in Geneva. Both sides now agreed to reduce the tariffs imposed after April 2nd to 10% for 90 days as negotiators continue on the larger structural issues. And I want to tell you that a couple of things. First of all, that doesn't include the tariffs that are already on, that are our tariffs, and it doesn't include tariffs on cars, steel, aluminum, things such as that, or tariffs that may be imposed on pharmaceuticals, because we want to bring the pharmaceutical businesses back to the United States, and they're already starting to come back now based on tariffs because they don't want to pay 25, 50, or 100% tariffs, so they're moving them back to the United States.
Well, I hope everybody had a nice Mother's Day. Today is May 12th. Trump has basically claimed that he has achieved a total reset with China as far as the tariffs are concerned. So on Instagram and on Facebook, the MAGA crowd is basically hooping and hollering as if they've accomplished something, to which I would like to remind them that prices are going up. He's imposed this tariff on China. He raised the tariff, they raised the tariff, he raised it more, they raised it more, and basically it looked like we were at an impasse. But now that the negotiations, quote-unquote negotiations, are done, you're still ending up with a 10% tariff that you didn't have before on these Chinese imports, and they're still changing the amount that they had on the tariffs for our goods entering their country. So the bottom line is that prices are going up. This is not a win. Prices are going up. Had he not done this at all, prices would have remained where they were, but prices are going up. Now, the market likes certainty. The market actually prefers certainty over uncertainty. So the beautiful thing is that the market actually did have a rally today. Now, I've said this before. When he came into office, before he announced these tariffs, we had Dow 45,000. So as far as I'm concerned, the market is still down until we get back to Dow 45,000. Now, I'm sure eventually it's going to go back to Dow 45,000, but you don't know when. Eventually, the Dow's going to go to 50,000. Eventually, the Dow's going to go to 60,000. But the bottom line is it's not now. Yes, there has been a rally. Yes, it's at 42,410. But as far as I'm concerned, until it gets back to 45, it's still low. 45,000 or bust. That's the bottom line. Now, Trump also made lots of other claims. He claimed he was going to fix the housing market. As far as I know, the housing market is still not fixed. The average price for a starter house is probably still over $500,000. It depends where you live. Now, if you live in one of those shitty states that nobody wants to live in and nobody gives a damn about, like South Dakota, it's like, yeah, I don't know what their housing market is like, but who cares? Nobody wants to live there. Same thing goes for Montana. Gas prices. Gas prices have been fluctuating upwards because of the strength of the dollar that's been fluctuating with these tariff, the negotiations and whatnot. So depending upon where you are, gas prices may have gone up. You could leave a comment and you could basically tell me whether or not gas prices have gone up or gone down where you are within the past month. But gas prices actually did go up. The price of oil actually did go up. What else? So we've got housing prices, you got gas prices. Those two things have not been fixed. And I've said this before. Until gas prices, because Trump kept on, oh yeah, well, when I was in office, gas was $1.99. Okay, cool. So until gas goes back to $1.99 for premium unleaded, as far as I'm concerned, it's still high and it's not fixed. You see, objective numbers, that's the worst possible thing that you can interject. Because, see, Trump likes to just talk shit and he likes to throw things out and he likes to say all types of shit. But the problem is when you actually have objective numbers and you have measurements, all the shit that he talks about, all that shit falls apart. So gas prices ain't fixed. Housing prices aren't fixed. He claimed that the Ukraine war was going to be over on day one. Now, in fairness, I wasn't going to say, okay, yeah, well, day one, it better be over. No, I gave him a month, 2 months, 3 months. Well, the Ukraine war is still going on. Vladimir Putin is tired of winning. That's you know how Trump says, yeah, you're going to win so much, you're going to get tired of winning? Yeah, well, Vladimir Putin has won so much of Ukraine at this point that Vladimir Putin is tired of winning. Ukraine war is still going on. So that's another thing that he's got to deal with. Now, as far as elsewhere in the news, you got these Newark, what is it, the New Jersey, one of the mayors down there went to this detention center that's not even federal property, and he got arrested and everything. When we get to the point that mayors and Congress people are getting arrested because they're protesting the federal government's treatment of detainees because they're violating due process, I would say that's definitely a bad thing. It reminds me of the movie Conspiracy on HBO. And basically it was the Wannsee Conference where you had the Nazis get together and all of the heads of state basically came together so that they could decide an end to the Jewish question. And their obvious answer was, oh yeah, well, we're going to quote unquote evacuate them, right? So evacuate, what do you mean evacuate? Evacuate who, to what, to where? And they were basically saying, we're going to kill them and we're going to put them in these gas chambers that we've built. If you have HBO and you go on HBO, the movie Conspiracy is right there. Great movie. Stanley Tucci, a couple other, big namers in there. What's his name? I can't remember that guy's name. I know the guy's face, but I can't remember his name. He played Bohr in Oppenheimer. Kenneth Branagh. Yeah. So Kenneth Branagh, Stanley Tucci. Very good movie. It's on HBO on demand. I don't know if you have HBO on demand, but the movie's name is Conspiracy. And it was about the Wannsee Conference. So basically what I see going on right now with what they're doing to these illegal alien deportees, it basically reminds me of exactly that. It's like, yeah, we're just going to ship them out, and who cares if we skip a few steps, and who cares if, when you lay down a piece of wood, pieces of splinters go, missing and all that. Nobody cares. So that's what it looks like they got going to me. So that's the other thing that I should mention in the news is there's a lot of people complaining about Trump claiming that he's going to get a jet from Qatar, and it's called the Palace of the Sky. Unfortunately, it's one of those shitty Boeing 747s, and I hate Boeing. And I would prefer it was an A380. Like, if the presidency of the United States of America was getting an A380 Airbus, which will never happen because America has signed a deal with the devil buying shit planes from Boeing that are not safe. And, they got the 777. They have problems with the 777X. They got problems with the frame cracking and everything. I don't want to ride on any of those damn things. I like Airbus. I want to keep it on Airbus. Now, if the presidency could get themselves an A380-800, that would be awesome. and I'd be all for it. But, getting a 747 from Qatar, it's like, yeah, I'm kind of not feeling that. But if they could make the case that it's legal, it's like, whatever, I could care less, because the Boeing 747, that was the queen of the skies. Now it's all about the A380. The A380 rules the fucking skies. It's the best possible plane you could possibly be on. It's the biggest plane you could possibly be on. It's the best. So I would really prefer it if the presidency switched to Airbus A380s, but I know that's not going to happen because that would be a slap in Boeing's face, But anyway, as you can see, the Dow's at 42,410. Microsoft is at 449. See, I bet, I've been, if you've been watching my channel for long enough, I made the index Man-Goat, and that I've been betting on Man-Goat for a very long time. And this is what Man-Goat looks like right now. So Amazon and Google had done their split back in, I think, 2021. NVIDIA did its split. Who else? Tesla had done 2 splits within 3 years. Ford and Stellantis seem to have started to move back upwards, even though I think Stellantis is shit. And I don't think, some people would love to see Stellantis sell Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. It's not going to happen. And the reason why is because when you look at their portfolio, those 4 products are their only gateway into America. So what I really believe is going to keep happening with Stellantis is they're going to keep selling us those shitty European Fiats and Alfa Romeos that are rebadged, and they're going to keep pushing that garbage off on us up until they bankrupt all 4 of these companies. Now, I don't think that'll happen to Ram and Jeep, but that definitely will happen to Dodge and Chrysler. Chrysler's pretty much already dead. Dodge is next. So, stay tuned for that one. We really don't know what's going to happen there. They're still pushing that stupid twin turbo Hurricane engine nobody wants. And, we'll just have to see. Because the thing about it is, even if they do put the V8s back in those cars, the prices are going to be ridiculous. The good old days of all the prices on everything are about to go up. And I think that's obvious because these tariffs are still there. It's like you're trying to make it like this is a win. This is not a fucking win. It may be a win for your ego, but it's not a win for the American consumer. I don't understand a better way to explain this. Our prices are about to go up. All prices are about to go up. All this cheap Chinese shit that you've been buying from the dollar store, that I've been buying from the dollar store, all this stuff that you've been buying, cheap kids' toys, strollers, all of that shit, the price is about to go up. There's no way that you're not going to notice that these prices go up by 10%. There's no way. So I have a bet going with somebody who I know, and I bet him, I was like, you know what? By November, you're going to see the results of this tariff war by November. And the reason I say November is because that's right before Christmas. That's the holiday season. And we have a bet going, and there's a small wager in the bet. But he would love to believe that, Fox News, whatever they say, oh, yeah, well, this is a big win, and Trump won, and Trump played chicken, and he stared him down. And it's like, yo, guess what? The prices of shit is going up. And this person in particular has a business where he literally depends on purchasing things, many of which are made in China. And I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, yo, listen, this trade war is a bad idea. And his business specifically requires him to purchase stuff from China. And I'm trying to understand when all of these MAGA crowd folk, I'm trying to understand when are they going to wake up and realize, and I guess it's going to have to bite them right in the pocket. And a lot of them, especially if they're in business and they do, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it simply because prices are going to go up. And it's funny because they're trying to hype Trump up as far as how great he is for the economy. The reality is, when he first got into office, he took away mortgage tax deductions, and he did that before COVID hit. So what that basically meant was, if you had mortgage tax and you were deducting it, now the limit was $10,000 rather than, it was higher before Trump. The mortgage tax deductions here in New York City specifically, or Long Island, were higher. But once Trump got in there, he reduced it to $10,000. Now, I wasn't affected because my properties had mortgages with taxes under $10,000. Now, some of these people in Long Island, they have taxes $16,000, $15,000, some even higher. Some people in these incorporated villages, they pay over $20,000 a year in tax. Sometimes it's even higher, 20, possibly 25. In fact, I had a coworker. She had a house, I guess, that was valued somewhere around $1.3 million. And her taxes were like 20-something $1,000. She wasn't able to anymore deduct that on her taxes. And I noticed that a lot of Trump supporters, they didn't say nothing about it. So my thing is, these people are so, how should I say, locked in, that even when they're getting their asses kicked by his policies, they're not willing to say anything about it. They're not even willing to admit it. Now, I've heard some people phrase it as they don't care. And I was like, okay, fine. Well, if y'all don't care, I don't care. Because I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. So with the market back in the green, I haven't fully recovered from the losses that, because I can't keep saying it. The Dow was 45,000. So until we're back to Dow 45,000 and the Dow is healthy again from when this whole stupid trade war thing started, a lot of us haven't been made whole. Tesla, for example, hasn't been made whole. Tesla was trading at $488 a share. Guess what it is? It is now $318. Now, that's not bad, because if you've been with Tesla for any length of time, you know Tesla's a roller coaster. Because I remember about last year, about this time, arguing with family members when Tesla was at like 280. And I was like, yeah, Tesla's going to go up. Sure enough, it did. It went up to 488. Now, did I expect Elon Musk to champion all that far-right racist ideology? Did I expect Elon Musk to get into government with that Dodge bullshit and try to start stealing information about your Social Security and your healthcare and everything? I didn't expect none of that. I didn't expect that you'd have an unelected South Afrikaner in the White House. I didn't expect that. Speaking of Afrikaners, Trump has said that he is shipping some of those white South African farmers from South Africa because they were complaining that they were being attacked and they were being killed by the black South Africans, you know, the ones who suffered through apartheid or their descendants thereof. And he was claiming they were being put off their land and they were being killed and everything. And he's like, oh, well, I don't want to see them killed. I don't care what color they are. I don't want to see them killed. But it's like, we all know that's bullshit. They've been championing this South Afrikaner rhetoric for a long time. You know what I say? And I know there's a lot of people who probably are upset to see that those people are going to be brought here as immigrants. Let them come. Because the way I see it, if they're not in South Africa, then that means they're no longer a problem for those South Africans who are retaking the land that was stolen from them by apartheid. So yeah, bring them all over here. In fact, put them in Montana. Put them in South Dakota. Let them start a colony. Yeah, no, see, the thing about it is, Elon Musk and Trump, they have been on X with that bullshit for a while. They've been championing all that far-right racist rhetoric. In fact, I put on my community chat, one of these dudes, there was a white woman, and she happened to be a lesbian or something, and he called her a fat lesbian. And this guy got, I think it was, he got some time in jail. He got, a decent amount of time in jail to think about what he said. It's like they've been championing these people all this time, and now it's backfiring against them. Like, all these white liberals, which was Elon Musk's base for Tesla, these people have risen up. They're attacking Tesla cars. They're attacking Tesla car dealerships. And they're basically putting stickers on the car and say, yeah, I bought this car before I knew Elon was crazy. What's his name? Kyle from Out of Spec Reviews. He just traded his Cybertruck back in. He said, this thing's a lemon. And he gave that car in. They put the lemon law sticker on the car. He put it on his YouTube channel today. Everybody. It's like people, especially like the people who bought these Cybertrucks, they don't want other people driving past them and giving them the middle finger just because they're in a Cybertruck. It's like nobody wants to deal with that shit no more. So guess what? Elon is basically trying to step back a little bit from this government nonsense. And, I keep arguing. If he had just kept his mouth shut, he'd probably be $1 trillion now. He'd probably be a trillionaire right now. But he couldn't keep his mouth shut. So, some people have to learn the hard way. But, he said in interviews, I don't care. I don't care. So I was like, okay, fine. If you don't care, then I guess you don't get to be the first trillionaire, stupid. So whatever. But as far as cryptocurrency, I think Bitcoin had a high somewhere around 104. It's back to 102. So I think now that the market is, I guess, stabilized, I guess Bitcoin... right now it's at 102. It's probably going to drop back below it. I'm still waiting to see when XRP is going to move up because XRP is not moving. But again, I'm not really even talking about crypto right now. The only thing that I'm even looking forward to right now is watching us pass through this Coca-Cola stock split. All of my credit card stocks, Discover, Goldman Sachs, MasterCard, American Express, all of them are doing fabulously. I'm wondering if Goldman Sachs is ever going to do a stock split because that would be really cool. Like I'd be a part of that, a Goldman Sachs stock split. I'd be very happy to be a part of that. But as far as I know, I don't think they have any plans of doing it right now. I think if they ever did, they'd wait until they got to like over $1,000 a share or something. I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and watch. But everybody else is healthy. Visa's healthy. MasterCard, American Express. All of them are very, very healthily moving forward. And the same thing goes for the bank stocks, the oil stocks. They're just doing fine. So I'm very happy. So right now, the only thing I'm waiting for is the Coca-Cola stock split. I've tried to tell you about that as many times as I make these videos. But even if you didn't hear me say it, I don't blame you because YouTube is no help whatsoever. I look back, and I guess I'll end with this. I look back at the amount of views that I was getting on YouTube before they started with that algorithm bullshit in 2020. I had over 50 million views before they started their nonsense. Shortly thereafter, views dropped. I think I'm getting to like 52 million eventually. But it was like in the amount of time that it took me to get 50 million views, they have basically shown that they've cut viewership. They don't do notification squads. Like we used to have notification squads. Like I'd send out a video, notifications pop up, everybody just jump in. Now I make a video like this, maybe I get 1,000 views, maybe I get 2,000 views if I'm lucky. One of these videos made like 4,000 views. And as far as I'm like, that is ridiculous. And I've also noticed a lot of large YouTubers with a lot of subscribers. A lot of large YouTubers, a lot of subscribers who've also had a lot of views. They had to put out a lot of videos because they go on regularly. I've noticed that all of their traffic has been cut. And it's been cut by so much. And then I read how profitable YouTube is. And I realize the reason why it's so profitable is because they've decided that instead of caring about the average YouTuber, what they're going after is the big money. They're going after movies that they play on the channels. They're going after music that gets played on YouTube. They're going after, political ads, advertisements. They don't care about little YouTubers no more, and they can't prove it because they're doing everything to show that they don't. So I'm not even going to complain about it. As I've explained before, the money that I made on YouTube up until even now, I put that money in the stock market. Otherwise, I wouldn't have that much extra money to constantly be shoveling into the stock market. No, That YouTube money, I shovel into the stock market and then double dip on it because when it comes time to file taxes, I'm filing 1099 and using YouTube as a 1099 because they have to send you the Google AdSense 1099 form. So when you see me on that plane, just like I said before, when you see me on that plane to Bali and Singapore, and I'm in business class sipping all that champagne, drinking all that sake, don't ask me how I got there. Next trip, I'm thinking Vietnam and Cambodia. I'm thinking about doing Ho Chi Minh City and Phnom Penh in Cambodia. That's what I'm thinking I want the next trip to be. And YouTube's going to pay for it. And it's just that simple. Now, I know you'd be like, oh, well, how is that possible? It's like, yeah, YouTube's paying for it, basically. And I'm going to write it off of my taxes. It's a plan, and it works. It works very well. When I went on that trip to Bali, Singapore, I didn't pay a dime in interest. Not a dime. I put it all in credit and paid it right off using YouTube gains. I didn't pay a dime in interest, not one dime, because I paid it off. They gave you 12 months or something to pay it off. Paid the whole thing off immediately. And that's how I roll. That's how I roll. Because the other thing you're hearing about car repossessions. You're not hearing about foreclosures so much, but that tells you where the real economy is. The mere fact that these people can't afford their cars, the mere fact that people are locked into renting and they can't afford to buy a house, and part of that, I would say, is because you've got a lot of singles. Single men, single women. These single women would love to buy a house. Guess what? There's no inventory. There's no house to buy. But even if you could, you ain't got the money for it because the price of a starter house is so ridiculously high. So, Trump claimed that he's going to fix the housing market. So I guess we just going to have to wait and see. You're going to wait for the housing market, the gas market. You're going to wait for the Ukraine war to stop. Now, I think the Ukraine war is going to stop before the end of this year, definitely. Because it looks like I think they're tired of fighting at this point. Vladimir Putin is tired of winning. But as far as the house market and the gas market, I think it's going to be a while. I think you're going to have to wait for that.
It's not a gift to me. It's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better. Because you've been embarrassed enough.
Mr. President, what do you say to people who view that luxury jet as a personal gift to you? Why not leave it behind?
You're ABC fake news, right?
Why not?
It's only ABC. Well, a few of you would. Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet. I could say, no, don't give us. I want to pay you $1 billion or $400 million or whatever it is. Or I could say, thank you very much.
Respectfully, sir, as a businessman, some people may look at this and say, have you ever been given a gift worth millions of dollars and then not received anything?
It's not a gift to me. It's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better because you've been embarrassed enough, and so has your network. Your network is a disaster. ABC is a disaster. Here is the bill. Bobby, come on over.